It's time once again for the 13 days of Are You Afraid of the Dark? So two kids named Augie and Jasmine are being dumped off at a private school by their parents. A weird school, with weird tones instead of school bells, because it turns out the bells cause the principal some mild discomfort. They've been replaced with tones to represent different classes, which is more soothing according to him. But other than that, it seems like a pretty normal school. Except all the kids eat something that looks like runny mashed potatoes and cottage cheese called sponge, which turns all the students into brainless zombies doomed to dress, act, and think exactly the same. Individuality and free thinking are not tolerated at all, just like at a real school. Fortunately, our two heroes didn't eat any sponge, so their minds are free to grow and mature without the quote-unquote educational system impeding them. Anyway, it's revealed that every night the brainwashed kids get out of bed and venture to the basement where they take turns lightly salting strange eggs that are partially submerged in water. But lo and behold, the principal and some other teacher were behind it the whole time, so the kids followed the two teachers, being sure to watch from the most well-lit area possible, like this one right here. I don't know how the lady doesn't see them. I guess it's just for plot convenience. But it's discovered that behind the vacant and vapid smiles of the teachers lay their true and ungodly forms. Just like well, you know. But the jig is up, and now the two have nowhere left to run. Clearly leaving the school would make too much sense, so down into the basement they go. And right into the lair of the faculty's vicious dinosaur-like queen that kinda looks like those things from Super Mario World. But Augie has a trick up his sleeve. What is the number one cause of free thought? But loud music, of course. It happened in the Soviet Union with the Beatles, so why shouldn't it work here? Actually, it's a high-frequency sound that causes the queen to explode, which is why the principal was so freaked out about it before. Admittedly, it's a pretty tense scene, but I only say that so I don't feel like a jerk for pointing out the particularly doofy model in the split second before they blow it up. But apparently there's a hive mind mentality because when the queen dies, so do the teachers. Not to mention the eggs that also crack open and somehow wind up one floor above where they were all floating. Except for one egg that succumbs to sequelitis and refuses to die like the rest. It's an episode that ultimately deals with conformity in society and the pitfalls that go with it. Do what everyone else does, think what everyone else thinks. Pretty soon the line between right and wrong is blurred and you don't know what's true and what's being said just to keep the subordinates towing the line. And before you know it, you're all worshipping a supreme chancellor whose only goal is to hasten your destruction and bring about a new army of genetic ubermenches. Or you could just say it's a kids' TV show and the students were being brainwashed by a giant alien reptile overlord. Simple as that.